This morning, a York County-based nonprofit is asking for your help to crack the silence on infertility awareness and infant loss through a viral challenge. And here to tell us all about it this morning is Bernice Quisenberry and Brianna Groover from Chasing the Rainbows. Good morning, and thanks so much for being with us.
Yes, thanks for having us.
All right, so for people who don't know about Chasing Rainbows, can you explain a little bit about what the organization does?
Absolutely. So we offer free daily virtual peer-to-peer support groups for individuals and couples living with infertility, pregnancy and infant loss, pregnancy after loss, and parenting after loss.
And it can be something that, if you're going through it, is hard to talk about, right?
Absolutely.
You know, you go through social media, you scroll and you see all happy families, and if you're not feeling that same way, it can be really hard.
Absolutely.
So you kind of created a little challenge. So explain what you're doing for the month of June.
Sure. So June is national, actually worldwide Infertility Awareness Month, and we are looking to crack open the awareness of infertility because it can be very isolating, like you talked about. And there's 1 in 6 families who are struggling with infertility. So our goal is to crack open that awareness.
Absolutely.
And you are literally cracking it open. So how did this all get started, and what are you doing?
We did this because we noticed in our daily support groups and our individual mentorship programs that there are a lot of families struggling, like you mentioned, and there really isn't a support out there. So our goal is to bring awareness and let people know that this is something that people struggle with, and it can be very isolating. I know my husband and I, we had 6 infant losses, pregnancy losses, but we also struggled with infertility, and I found it to be very isolating, very emotionally, mentally, physically, financially draining.
Yep.
And our goal is to crack open that silence and have people talk about it. And we would love for people to, join us in this. And I'm sure everybody knows somebody dealing with infertility. So this is a way to show your support to your family and friends, and that 1 in 6 who are struggling with infertility.
And I feel like a lot of times too, when people talk about infertility, they may talk about it after the fact, after they talk about their struggles after they have the child. This is all the things we went through. And for so many, it could help if you talk about it while you're going through that, because like you said, it can be so incredibly isolating. Yeah. So you talked a little bit about why you want this to be a viral challenge, but why do you want as many people involved as possible?
Absolutely. So when we're talking about, looking and researching, and we're looking for these collaborations with different places for resources for these people, these couples, living this, and looking, we did not find a lot out there outside of what we're trying to do with the daily grieving, right? Because it is a fertility loss. They're being told this, and then having to return to work in everyday life. So what else can we do for them? So with grocery store eggs being infertile, the irony there, right, is also then, 1.3 billion people across our globe living with infertility. How can we try to do this? So we want to crack that stigma open, crack that silence open for the 1/3 of the, reproductively speaking, females, the 1/3 of the males, and then the 1/3 of the couples who are on these journeys together, and what more resources can we give them on a daily support with alike peers who are going through the same thing.
And it is a journey too, and that's the thing. Like it's a very long journey.
And it's nice to bring a little levity to the situation, and you can crack an egg on somebody's head.
Exactly right. And then we can crack infertility awareness open. So we do. We want to challenge everybody. We want everyone to jump in, take initiative behind this, because we all do have loved ones, friends, family, people in our community who have struggled with this. And what more can we do for them? And that's what we're trying to do here, and take that initiative and do it. So people are all challenged by Chasing the Rainbows to go ahead, get cracking, and to bring awareness around infertility.
And should they use a hashtag or anything when they do this?
Yes, I cracked Infertility Awareness Open and Crack an Egg Challenge.
Fantastic. Well, guys, thanks so much for being with us this morning. We really appreciate it. To learn more about Chasing Rainbows and the Crack an Egg Challenge, you can also go to fox43.com.